Welcome to Don Bosco in a Year podcast.
Day 9. Things were going unbelievably well for me. I could say my cup of happiness was full. There was nothing else I could wish for. Then a fresh disaster blighted all my hopes. One morning, in April 1828, Father Colosso sent me home on an errand. I had only just made it to the house when a messenger dashed in at my heels. He said I was to get back to Father Colosso as fast as I could. He was very ill and wanted to see me. I didn't run. I flew. I found my benefactor in bed, suffering from a stroke and unable to speak. He recognized me and tried to talk, but no words came. He gave me the key to his money and made signs that I was not to give it to anyone. After 2 days of suffering, Father Colosso gave up his soul to God. His death shattered my dreams. I have always prayed for him, and as long as I live, I shall remember my outstanding benefactor every day that dawns. When Father Colosso's heirs turned up, I handed over to them the key. It was intended to give them access to 6,000 lira and everything else. Father Colosso's death was a great loss to me. I wept inconsolably over my dead benefactor. I thought of him in my waking hours and dreamt of him when I was asleep. It affected me so badly that my mother feared for my health. She sent me for a while to my grandfather in Capriglio. At this time, I had another dream. In it, I was sorely reproached for having put my hope in men and not in our good Heavenly Father. Meanwhile, I thought a great deal about how to go ahead with my studies. I would see good priests working at their sacred ministry, but I could not strike up a close relationship with them. Often, I would meet on the road our parish priest for his curate. I would greet them at a distance and bow to them as they passed. In their distant and courteous manner, they would return my greeting and go on their way. Often, I used to cry and say to myself, and even to others, if I were a priest, I would act differently. I would approach the children, say some kind words to them, and give them good advice. How happy I would be if I could talk with my parish priest as I used to talk with Father Colosso. Why shouldn't it be so? My mother, seeing how upset I was because of the obstacles in the way of my studies and not having any hope of getting the consent of Anthony, who was now over 20, thought about dividing our inheritance. There were serious difficulties, however, since Joseph and I were minors. Division of the property would be a complicated and costly business. Nevertheless, she went ahead. My grandmother had died some years previously, so our family now consisted of my mother, Joseph, who did not want to be separated from me, and me. This division took a load off my mind and left me completely free to go ahead with my studies. However, it took some months to complete all the formalities of the law. It was around Christmas before I was able to enroll at the elementary school in Castel Nuovo. It was 1828, and I was 13 years old.
Thank you for joining us today on this journey to know Don Bosco. May these reflections deepen our faith, guide us closer to God each day, and hope to see you all tomorrow. Till then, keep seeking, keep praying, keep growing.